This is what I think the purpose of life is, by the way. The meaning of life, the rules of life. It's a binary equation. There is love and there is fear. Yeah? Fear is the absence of love. So every choice that we get to make with our free will, that choice is, do I choose a loving response or a fearful response? And it's like two corridors. Now, you can choose to go further in those corridors, but once you choose one or the other, you're in that corridor. For example, you're driving home and somebody cuts you up in traffic. You have a choice, free will. You can choose to be angry, upset. That's the corridor of fear. Now, you can do just one little step. Idiot. You can choose to take a few steps. I can't believe that inconsiderate, dangerous driving son of a bitch. You can choose to go all the way down and get angry and mad and hopefully get to a traffic light where you can get out. That's a corridor of fear. Or, cut you up, you can choose corridor of love. That doesn't have to be, just put your toe in. Like, oh, what a shame. Yeah, somebody has to be that much of a danger to themselves. They must be really stressed. He needs the road more than I do. Let him have it. Or you can step a bit further in. Say, wow, yeah, that guy needs to be prayed for tonight. Yeah, needs some compassion. That guy must be so upset with life that he's so stressed out that he has to drive the way that he's endangering other people. I need to send that guy some love. And I'm really grateful it's not me. Choice. Whatever toe you put in the corridor will determine where you go. Now, once you pass the test is, can you go in this corridor? And once people who cut you up in traffic don't bother you anymore and you send them love, you won't find anybody else cutting you up in traffic because you've passed that lesson. Grade 6 is over. And what happens when you pass grade 6?
You go to grade 7.
You go to grade 7. Are the questions harder? They're meant to be. So now you come out of the supermarket and somebody scratched your car. Son of a bitch. Right? Or, wow, if somebody's that jealous about having something that they know they can't work for, I can only be grateful that I have a nice car that gets scratched, than not own one and walk around scratching them. Guess what? Very few people then scratch your car. Grade 7, grade 8, doesn't stop. We're in Earth School. So when you know that the purpose of life is to choose love over fear in ever more challenging circumstances. And if that's just the game we're in, it's the game we're in. And luckily, we're living in a time in history where it's never been easier. Which is why it so frustrates me sometimes when people make it so hard. We're the first generation that's had food certainty. My parents had rations in the war. And right now, people can walk into a supermarket, a building they didn't build. They can walk up and down aisles looking at foods from countries they've never been to, that they didn't grow, that were transported on ships they didn't have to buy or learn how to sail. And they can try it for next to nothing. 10 minutes of labor. And what do most people think? They get pissed off because Starbucks ran out of caramel sauce that day. Emotional bank account? It's pretty easy.